Most men believe that high testosterone is determined only by genetics. Others believe that without steroids, becoming truly strong is impossible. But what if the biggest problem isn't your hormones, but the lifestyle that slowly turns a man into someone who avoids every challenge? Maybe, without even realizing it, you're making yourself weaker every single day. Most people think of testosterone as just another hormone, but in reality, it has become a symbol of something much bigger, a symbol of strength, determination, the desire to win. And that is exactly where most men make the same mistake. They search for a secret supplement, a miracle food, one magical habit that will completely change their lives. But the human mind works in a much more interesting way. When a man stops setting difficult goals, stops competing, stops taking risks, his life slowly becomes predictable. He wakes up, does the same things, thinks the same thoughts, lives the same routine. And after a while, something strange begins to happen. His energy starts to disappear. His ambition fades. Even small problems begin to feel overwhelming. Why? Because the human brain adapts to comfort incredibly fast. Comfort isn't the enemy, but when your entire life becomes a search for the easiest possible path, growth begins to disappear. That is why the most successful people constantly create new challenges for themselves. They learn new skills, take on more responsibility, set goals that seem almost impossible. Not because it's fashionable, but because moving forward makes them feel alive. Every difficult goal they achieve becomes proof that they are capable of more. And that slowly changes the way they think, the way they speak, the way they carry themselves, the way they make decisions. From the outside, it looks as if confidence appeared overnight, but it didn't. It started the moment they stopped choosing comfort over growth, the moment they accepted that real progress is almost always uncomfortable. Every challenge teaches the brain something valuable. I survived, I improved, I can handle more. Those small victories begin to stack up on top of each other. Weeks become months, months become years. Eventually, discipline stops feeling like discipline. It simply becomes your identity. And once that happens, people begin asking what changed. They assume you found some hidden secret, a new supplement, a special routine, some shortcut nobody else knows. But the truth is much simpler. You became stronger because you stopped running away from difficult things. And perhaps that is the first real step toward becoming the strongest version of yourself.
There's one habit that most people hate, which is exactly why almost nobody practices it consistently. Voluntary discomfort. Modern life is designed to make everything as comfortable as possible. Hot showers, soft beds, food delivered within minutes, entertainment available with a single tap. Every year, life becomes easier, but at the same time, something important disappears: the need to overcome yourself. And that is where the real problem begins. The more often you choose the easiest path, the harder it becomes to deal with even the smallest obstacles. That is why some people intentionally choose discomfort, not because they enjoy suffering, but because they refuse to become controlled by comfort. One of the simplest examples is cold. A cold shower will not magically transform you into a superhuman, but it forces you to do something your brain immediately wants to avoid. The first seconds under cold water are uncomfortable for almost everyone. Your mind instantly tells you to step back, to quit, to make an excuse. And that is exactly where the real training begins. Not physical training, mental training. Every morning you make a choice. Will you obey your emotions, or will you stay for just a little longer? It sounds insignificant, but discipline is built from small decisions repeated every single day. Eventually, those decisions begin to affect every area of your life. You stop procrastinating as often. You become calmer under pressure. You finish difficult tasks instead of avoiding them, because your brain slowly learns a new rule. Not everything has to feel comfortable. And this principle reaches far beyond cold water. Walk instead of driving when you can. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Finish one more set when every part of you wants to stop. Complete the task today instead of delaying it to tomorrow. This is how resilient people are built. Not through one extraordinary moment, but through hundreds of ordinary victories that nobody else ever sees. People notice confidence. They notice discipline. They notice mental toughness. But they never see the mornings when you forced yourself to continue. They never see the moments when quitting would have been easier. They only see the result, because real strength is usually created long before anyone else notices it. And perhaps the strongest men are not the ones who avoid discomfort. They're the ones who learn to walk toward it voluntarily.
But there is one more factor that almost nobody talks about, and it may be the one that changes a man the most. Purpose. Not a wish, not another New Year's resolution, but a goal so important that you're willing to change your life to achieve it. When a man has no purpose, every day starts to look exactly the same. He wakes up without urgency, works without passion, goes home, scrolls through his phone, falls asleep. Then one day he realizes years have passed, but almost nothing has changed. Darkly, and that's the most dangerous part, because this kind of life feels completely normal. Millions of people live this way, but human beings were never designed to stand still. We need progress. We need to feel that we're becoming stronger than we were yesterday. That is why truly confident people rarely stop climbing. The moment they reach one goal, they immediately create another, not because they are never satisfied, but because growth becomes part of who they are. With emphasis, every difficult promise you keep to yourself builds trust in yourself, and self-trust is where real confidence begins. Not from motivational videos, not from social media quotes, but from actions nobody else sees. Darkly, most people want to feel powerful, yet they continue choosing the path that requires the least effort. The truth is, strength is rarely built where life is easy. It is built in the moments when everything inside you tells you to stop, but you keep moving. When quitting feels easier, but you take one more step. When excuses seem acceptable, but you choose responsibility instead. Those moments slowly reshape who you are, not in a week, not in a month, but one decision at a time. Almost whispering, perhaps high testosterone is not the reason strong men behave the way they do. Perhaps living with discipline, purpose, and the willingness to face challenges helps a man become the strongest version of himself. That is why searching for one magical habit is a mistake. There is no secret shortcut, no hidden trick. Real change begins the moment you stop negotiating with your own weakness. Firmly, set a goal, fight for it, choose difficult things on purpose. Stop building your life around comfort alone, because that is when everything begins to change. Your habits change, your mindset changes, your character changes, and eventually your entire life changes. One day, you may look back and realize something important. The strongest version of yourself wasn't created by luck. It wasn't created by perfect circumstances. It was created by the decisions you made every single day when nobody was watching.